Welcome to the Brown Side Channel. Magandang umaga, gabi, or hapon po sa inyong lahat wherever you're watching. I am so excited to introduce to you my special guest today. His name is Dr. Janani Saho. He's actually the brother of one of my closest friends since elementary school, since kindergarten. Dr. Janani Saho works at the Marinduque Provincial Hospital, and he's the only psychiatrist in our province where we both grew up. And he also works at Mindoro Medical Center in Calapan, the only psychiatrist there also. And then he also does teleconsult for Eve, Eva Digital Clinic, and he is the founder and psychiatrist for Light Psychiatric Clinic, which is also online. And he also has a clinic in our province in Marinduque. He graduated from the University of the East, Ramon Magsaysay Medical School, and he did his internship sa UPPGH. And then he did his residency sa National Center for Mental Health, NCMH. And apparently they have free and private consultations and treatments there, right, John? So, John, if you wanted to say a real quick, maybe introduction, baka may nakalimutan ako, please feel free to do so. And welcome to the Brown Side Channel. Yay!
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Marin. So,
Yeah.
yun. Wala na akong i-add.
Wala
Okay
ka
na
nang
yun.
i-add, yeah. Kakarating lang kasi ni Dr. Saho sa Connecticut where his sister and his parents live. So he comes here every so often. And he is here visiting with his two kids, si
Yes.
Sophia and Juliana. Am I right? Yeah. Kamusta naman ang biyahe, John? Galing sa ano? May jet
Ah,
lag pa ba?
okay. Kasi hindi talaga ako nakaka-experience ng jet lag pag nagta-travel.
Yeah.
Oo. So, ang key doon is yung coffee. Para at
Uh-huh.
least, talagang gising ka pag morning and
Uh-huh.
then antukin ka
Ang
ng gabi.
gabi. I
So,
see.
yun.
Oo.
Oo.
Talagang kailangan ng caffeine, no? Dr.
Hmm.
John. Okay, so Dr. John, oh my gosh, I have so many questions I wanted to ask you kasi I would have never thought when we were growing up, when we
Hmm.
would visit your house, pag nakikita ka namin,
Ah,
pag nakakausap ka namin when you were young, that you will be a psychiatrist. So ano ang was there like a time in your life where you're like, oh my gosh, kailangan kong maging psychiatrist? Ano yung what encouraged you to go into the field?
kaya ako nag-psychiatrist, unang-una kasi is I'm afraid of blood. Okay? So talaga okay, so syempre 'di ba doctor ka and then you're afraid of blood.
Uh-huh.
So talagang takot ako sa dugo
I see.
noon. It's either baka nga magpapari nga lang ako noon kasi I mean yun yung safest na
Mhm.
na ang tawag doon na work.
Right.
So yun.
Uh-huh.
And then sa naman as you go along actually hindi ko pa rin wala talaga akong plano maging doctor
Mhm.
kasi yung pre-med ko is European Studies and
Oh,
Business Management.
I see.
So it's a 5-year course
Uh-huh.
na talagang sa Lasal yun, which is dapat 3 years ka lang sa Lasal pero ako 5 years
I see.
para tapusin yung yung kasi before yung bago ka pumasok sa sa med proper is kailangan may kumpleto yung science courses mo, meron kang units sa every science. Dun since business ako, I have to take 2 years pa para para makapasok sa med
Got
school.
it. Yeah.
So, yun, talagang walang plano maging doktor, wala
Mhm.
din plano
Yeah.
mag-psychiatrist. Tapos, siguro nung nasa med proper na ako, kasi yun yung isa sa pinaka mga konting talagang bloodless na
Got it.
mga specialty.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, yun. So, ang sabi nga is, ang puhunan mo lang is laway and ballpen. Wala ka masyadong bibili mga gamit
Right.
which is very expensive kasi pag mag-start ka talagang sa ibang mga specialty, you have to buy the equipment. Dapat talaga may gamit ka. So kahit sa mga residency programs na pinasukan nung nasa PGH ako o nasa ibang hospital na government, talagang walang gamit yung mga doktor na nag-uumpisa.
Mhm.
So, at least doon, pag psychiatrist ka, wala ka masyadong bibilhin na gamit.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
yun.
Yeah, John,
And then,
go ahead.
sige.
No, no, go ahead.
Sige, so yung ano, yun nga, other than that, so medyo ano yun, parang joke nga yung gano'n na yun, na maging psychiatrist. Pero actually, nakita ko talaga yung need
Yeah.
ng ano, ng psychiatrist. Kasi halos sa lahat ng specialization or residency program, konti lang talaga ang pumapasok sa psychiatry.
Mhm.
That's why ano, ang tawag doon na nagustuhan ko siya
Mhm.
kasi konti lang yung mga tao and then yun nga, hindi siya masyadong madugo.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And
Mm,
I did like another video before na the research was
mm,
showing na 0.41 for every 100,000 Pinoys. Can you
mm.
imagine that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. My gosh, so talagang in demand yung field na napasukan mo, John. Kamusta naman ang
Mm.
pagiging psychiatrist? How is it like to be a psychiatrist sa atin, sa Pilipinas? Especially like you're the lone psychiatrist sa probinsya natin, sa Marinduque. You're the only one. Yeah.
Yes. So ano, syempre,
Mhm.
kailangan mahanap mo talaga yung balance mo kasi
Mhm.
sobrang pagod
Yeah.
at draining pag ano, pag makikipag-usap ka sa mga
Mhm.
clients. So, siguro yun nga since medyo maganda yung job offer dun sa province, kaya nagustuhan ko siya. So I have to work there for 2 weeks and then yung the rest ng ano is pwedeng kung ano na yung pwede kong gawin
Mhm.
for the ano for either private or for yun nga sa family.
Mhm.
So at least medyo doon medyo maluwag ng konti sa yung offer ng ano ng province.
Mhm. Yeah. And John, as you were talking, it made me also curious. Sa ano mo, in your experience, what are the some of the most common misconceptions or stigmas surrounding mental health sa culture natin? And how do you think we can
Okay.
address it? Yeah.
Sige. So usually nga sa atin mga Filipino talagang sabi toxic culture daw ang
Mhm.
ano ang mga ang sa Filipino.
Mhm.
Ah so ang unang-unang ano misconception is pag sinabihan mong ano may sakit sa isip kasi unang-una yung stigma
Yeah.
talaga.
Mhm.
Okay? So, pag sinabing may sakit sa isip, yung name pa lang, as
Right.
in very derogatory, very
Mhm.
discriminating. So, sinasabi yung mga may aning, sirang ulo,
Mhm.
ganyan. So, parang akala nila wala nang pag-asang hindi na sila, ano, wala na silang pag-asang, ano, gumaling.
Mhm.
So, yun yung unang-una kong sinasabi sa mga, ano, sa mga tao na hindi porket ano nagpapating sa psychiatrist o kaya sa mental health professional yung wala ng pag-asa as in sira ng ulo as in nakikita na lang sa daan na palaboy-laboy
Yeah.
ganyan. So yun yung una-una kong pinapaintindi sa kanila na lahat yung ano mental condition is nagagamot
Mhm.
siya and they can return to their ano previous life, previous work
Mhm.
and previous daily activities.
Mhm.
So yun yung una-una kong tina-target is talagang maalis yung ano yung misconception na hindi gagaling yung ano yung mga pasyente.
Mhm.
And of course yung stigma na meron talagang pag-asa
Mhm.
ang mga clients
Yeah.
natin.
And that's so true, John. Kasi when I was young, ang concept ko, like when it comes to, mental health o yung mga nasisiraan ng bait, di ba? Yun ang tawag
Mm.
nila minsan.
Oo.
Alam mo yung kay Sisa dun sa Jose Rizal novel, I don't know if it's in Nolly,
Mm.
nakalimutan ko na eh. Nolly or El Fili. Do you remember Sisa yung
Sa
nawala
Noli.
yung ano niya?
Sa Noli.
Sa Nolly.
Yes, oo.
Oo. So nawala yung
Mm.
mga anak niya eh, 'di ba? She lost her kids. And so I
Mm.
think that's one of
Mm.
the yun talaga yung nakahatak sa isip ko. And then do you remember this meron siyang schizophrenia. I don't know kung you were already born at that time, pero natatandaan mo si
Oh,
Rambo.
si Candido ba yan?
Si
Si
Candido
Rambo.
si
Oh.
Rambo. Oo, sa atin sa
Oh,
Buanga, sa Marinduque. So
mm.
those are like the talagang sobrang vivid sa sa memory ko yon. So
Mm.
I think that that's one of you make a really good point na parang pag sinabing may sakit sa isip, wala nang pag-asa, you know? So
Mm.
I mean like I
And,
went
and
through
tsaka ano,
trauma.
sinasabi din,
Mhm.
mm,
Go ahead. Yeah.
mm, yung sinasabi din pala nila na ano, very violent ang mga ano.
That's right.
Kasi siguro yun nga, takot sila, very violent din
Yeah.
yung ano sinasabi ng mga ang tawag doon, may mental condition. Oo.
Yeah. Yeah. So parang anong tawag dito? I think that kung sino man yung nakikinig sa atin, right? Like there are so many different kinds of mental health issues. Like I mentioned in one of the videos that I had trauma, I had depression at one point. I even had like
Mm,
debilitating symptoms of anxiety, but I was able to kind of rebound because I was able to get the help. I went to grad school, and yun din yung
mm,
nakapagpa-encourage nga sa akin to be in the field, right? Pero, like with schizophrenia, with medication, I have clients, John, who are able to, even though
mm,
they have dissociative identity disorder, meron silang schizoaffective, meron silang schizophrenia, bipolar, they're able to go back and live a
mm,
healthy life. Ang nagiging problema lang is parang yung stereotype nga. Siyempre kasi nakakarinig ng boses yung mga taong may schizophrenia eh. And then sometimes they're
mm.
taunted by, paranoid delusions, kung ano yung mga beliefs nila. Tapos, syempre, pag walang medication, kinakausap nila yung mga
Yun nga.
wala naman doon.
Kaya nga.
So, yun yung parang
Oo.
naging stereotype sa atin pala, no? Nang nasisiraan ng
Mm,
bayet. It's like yung schizophrenia. But there are so many kinds of, mental health issues
mental
naman.
health.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
So, John, in your experience, ano yung pinaka-challenging sa'yo when it comes to the mental health issues na nadidinig mo sa atin, sa Pilipinas, that you encounter? Yung parang pinakamahirap na, um, I don't know, like yung pinakamahirap na i-handle in your case.
Okay. So, ang pinakamahirap kasi is more of yung ano mga personality disorder.
That's right. Mhm.
Kasi ano, medyo mahirap talaga silang i-treat. You have to do the both the psychotherapy and the medications.
Mhm.
So, at least kasi do sa province natin, hindi siya ganun ka ano. Yun yung medyo ano medyo maluwag sa akin kasi sa province konti lang yung cases na ano na ganun.
I see.
Pero actually pag sa labas, pag sa halimbawa sa Manila or sa ibang province, so talagang medyo pag may personality disorder, medyo kahit paano, medyo challenging siya.
That's right.
Pero even yun nga matagal din yung treatment. So, nakakaano naman, ang tawag doon, okay naman sila,
Mhm.
natitreat yung mga symptoms nila.
Mhm.
And ang isa pa is, yung mga family na sila mismo yung problema, yung
That's right.
support system
Yep.
nung
Mhm.
patient
Yeah.
na ayaw nilang tanggapin.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
Nakailang session na kami ng patient,
Aha.
ano pa rin sila, parang ah, close pa rin yung isip nila sa
Mhm.
mental condition, ganyan.
Mhm.
So, yun yung medyo isa rin na, ano, actually, mas mahirap pa nga doon sa
That's
mga,
right.
ang tawag doon sa mga
Patient mismo.
personality disorder, pero
Mhm.
oo. So, kasi yung pag-family yung ano mo, yung tinitreat mo, medyo mahirap din eh.
Mhm.
Kasi kailangan mo baguhin talaga yung thinking nila na may condition yung kapamilya mo,
Mhm.
ganyan.
Yeah.
So basically yun yung isang ano medyo challenging kung
Mhm.
mismo yung support system mo,
Right.
yung family mo yung ano, yung hindi nakakaintindi o hindi
Mhm.
makakatulong sa iyo.
Yeah. So, John, can you expound that a little further for us? Ano yung scenario like that, yung sinasabi mo na ganyan para at least maintindihan nila at saka kung anong pwedeng gawin ng mga family members to be supportive? Ano sa tingin mo?
Okay. So usually yun nga sinasabi nila hindi i-ano mo lang yan yung sinasabi na kaya mo yan
Mhm.
i lakasan mo lang loob mo ganyan.
Dasal mo lang.
Tapos
Yeah.
ano, actually yung dasal medyo nakakatulong pero yung iba talaga more of sige, malalagpasan mo lang diyan ganyan.
Mhm.
Although totoo naman yun pero hindi pa rin talaga siya yung malaki yung impact makakatulong sa
Mhm.
patient.
Yeah.
So, sabihin, nasa isip mo lang yan,
Mhm.
ganyan, kaya mo yan,
Mhm.
ganyan.
Yeah.
So, yun yung ano, talagang medyo mahirap ano din, sabihin doon sa mga kamag-anak na kaya nga po nagpakonsulta siya,
Mhm.
pumunta siya rito kasi gusto niyang iba pang ano, tulong.
Right.
Tapos after a while, ayaw na nila dalhin yung patient kasi nga parang medyo siguro sa tingin ko lang
Mhm.
sa opinion ko kasi pag may anak sila o kamag-anak sila na ganun,
Mhm.
parang kahinaan
Yeah.
nila yun eh. Kasi ba't umabot sa kanila,
Mhm.
ba't umabot sa mga ganun yung ano, yung sitwasyon na yon.
Mhm.
So parang kaya sila medyo in denial talaga sila
Yeah.
na ano,
Mhm.
syempre pride mo yon,
Yeah.
pride ng parents o pride ng ano caregiver yun na ano, umabot sa ganung sitwasyon.
Mhm.
Tapos to treat doon, para medyo ma-manage yung ganun. So
Mhm.
talagang
Yeah.
education, pinapaintindi ko sa kanila na hindi lang ikaw yung may kasalanan, so marami pang factors ang
Mhm.
ano, ah, parang converge para lumabas yung ganung ano,
Mhm.
condition.
Right.
Okay, so usually sinasabi ko na hindi lahat sila yung may kasalanan.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So at least yung iba medyo nag-ano naman, nagiging open and
Mhm.
eventually nagiging okay
Mhm.
yung mga
Yeah.
ano, mga support system nila.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Dr. Saho. I keep on calling you John kasi so, hindi
Hindi,
sanay na
hindi
Dr.
okay lang,
Saho.
wala naman problema. Hindi, okay lang sa akin kasi syempre, since maliit pa naman ako, talagang parang kapatid na kaya okay lang sa akin na John.
I know.
Hindi sanay talaga.
But
Oh.
anyway, Dr. Sahel, that's a really good point. You know, when I was doing this video about like the guide for Filipino mental health, in my research talaga, at
Mm,
least dun sa mental health in our homeland sa Pilipinas nga, it's like yung familial
mm,
problems talaga, yung familial
mm,
factors. Because we tend to think na kapag may problema yung isang kamag-anak natin, parang it's a hit on our reputation. We're so big pa naman on saving face, no? At saka yung hiya
mm,
and shame. So as much as
ah,
possible, kung pwedeng itatago nila because like
mm,
nakakaya sa kapitbahay, anong sasabihin ng teacher mo, anong sasabihin ng kaibigan ko, you know.
mm,
But I think that you make a really good point na yun yung lalo nagpapalala dun sa mga
mm,
taong if they're supportive dun sa mga kamag-anak nila, then of course, talagang mas malaki yung it's such a big factor dun sa wellness, sa pagpagaling ng pasyente, 'di ba?
mm,
Yung support system at saka
mm.
yung understanding ng mga kamag-anak nila. So,
Oh,
yeah. So thanks for bringing that up. So mahirap. So parang ang nadidinig ko sa is like when you're working as a psychiatrist sa Pilipinas, it's like not only the patient but talagang support system at saka yung buong family who are giving support to this
mm,
person, kailangan mo talagang i-psycho-educate din. So talagang parang medyo
mm,
doble. Dito naman ang experience ko,
oh,
John. I mean, I do a little bit of that. Pero I think because like I'm practicing here sa Florida, medyo may and I mean like even like the insurance space for it, medyo iba yung system nila eh. And there's a little bit more openness, pero hindi pa rin. Meron pa rin stigma na attached to it. And then I still sometimes will get, lalo na pag yung mga Filipinos, na parang,
mm.
bakit nagbabayad ka ng that
Sige.
much? Parang I can talk to you. And then
Mm,
sabihin sa akin nung kunyari PhilAm, di ba? Sabihin niya, but
ah,
mom, you're actually the reason why I want to go to therapy. You're one of the causes. So how can you
oh, yeah.
deal with the issues, right? Yeah. So, pero nakakatuwa,
Mm,
John, kasi like recently, nagkakaroon din ako ng mga, like I had a 70-year-old, like Filipino, Pinoy, na humihingi din ng tulong
mm,
because of trauma, like sundalo sila sa war, ganyan. And then nagkaroon din ng trauma growing up. So
mm,
parang medyo nagiging open na din. And you know what helped that particular person? Kasi yung mga anak nila, dalawang anak niya, also went to therapy. And so, they
okay.
told the dad
Oo.
na, "Dad, it was really helpful." And so, yung kahit medyo matatanda na
Mm,
sila, they're seeking help. So, I'm so hopeful na sana mag-continue yun
mm,
even in like sa Pilipinas, no? Na ganun yung maging parang, it's part of it. Parang kung may diabetes ka, humingi ka ng tulong sa doctor. If you have cancer, di syempre pumunta ka sa
mm,
oncologist kasi hindi natin alam eh. Like we don't
mm,
study about mental health unfortunately sa school. So, that's a really good point, Dr. Saho.
mm.
So, John, ito naman, in recent years, so mental health awareness has been on the rise. How would you describe the current state ng mental health awareness sa Philippines? At saka ano yung mga na-witness mo or kung merong mga advocacies na na-witness mo na effective when it comes to the mental health awareness?
Okay. So ayun nga thankfully napasa yung Mental Health Act of
That's right.
2018. So
Mm-hmm.
at least talagang naging law, parang nasa naka black and white talaga kung yung mga gagawin and how to put the mental health services sa mga primary health cares or do sa kahit sa barangay health center mga ganon. So yun yung isang yung very yun nga um, parang very magandang nangyari sa Philippines is yung passage ng mental health law. Tapos and hopefully mapasa na rin yung yung mental health package na kasi sobrang talagang mahal magpa
Mm.
magpatingin sa psychiatrist o kahit sa psychologist.
Yeah.
Okay, so sa cities usually at least you'll start mga 3,000 and above. Okay, sa mga major
Mm.
cities sa Philippines. So with the mental health package, so at least talaga ang tawag doon mabibigyan ng kahit papaano subsidies yung mga less fortunate natin na mga na mga kababayan.
Got it.
Tapos yun nga since ilalagay siya sa mga health center o sa mga mga provincial hospital yung package, edi mas maraming maraming masiservice na mga na mga ang tawag doon, clients natin. And
Mm-hmm.
yung DOH kasi may program din uh, para at least yung mga ang tawag doon yung mga municipal health officers and yung ibang doctors, matrain sila on how to train on how to treat the mental health patients.
I
Para
see.
since yun nga
Mm-hmm.
sabi mo, actually yung psychiatry sa Philippines, yung last na update sa akin, is around 800 lang for
Mm.
the entire 109 million population. So talagang mababa yung
Yeah.
ratio. So at least doon yung mga yung mga non-psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
So ma-review yung kanilang paano mag-treat ng may mga mental conditions.
Got it. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yun yung ginagawa ng DOH. Meron silang MH GAP, which is the Mental Health Gap Action Program that
Mm-hmm.
helps yung mga non-psychiatrists na
Mm-hmm.
maging mag-treat ng mga may mental condition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
So are
tapos
you
yung
saying,
din
sorry,
sige.
John, are you saying na yung regular docs can treat? Like, what do you mean?
Mm.
Like, or can prescribe at least? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yung yung mga at least yung mga nasa nasa municipal health o yung mga rural health doctors natin
I see. Mm-hmm.
sa mga probinsya,
Mm-hmm.
pwede silang mag-treat. O kasi usually nga ang mga psychiatrists nasa major cities
That's
lang.
right.
So
Yeah.
talagang pag sa malalayong lugar wala, parang hindi ka makakakita na psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Actually sa Romblon walang psychiatrist. Sa
Um,
Mimaropa,
uh-huh.
yung Romblon walang psychiatrist
Got
yun.
it.
Occidental wala din
Oh,
psychiatrist.
wow.
So yung mga psychiatrist dun sa Palawan sa tsaka sa Oriental medyo siya ang tawag doon part-time pa yung nila
Got it.
psychiatrist.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
talagang yung iba talagang online lang talaga at walang
Mm-hmm.
walang access
Yeah.
sa mental health
So
service.
accessibility
So
talaga
yun.
is one of the major, factors kung bakit ang hirap humingi ng tulong. Yeah, it
Hmm.
sounds like, yeah. So
Lalo na sa
go
Mimaropa
ahead.
Islands, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
ganun
Mm-hmm.
talaga, mahirap. Mm.
Mahirap. Yeah. Uh-huh. So John, yung sa sinasabi mo na DOH program that's coming up, can you clarify that? So are these like regular docs who can prescribe medications, ganon, sa may mga kunyari schizophrenia or depression? Is that what you're saying? Or do they have to go through like
Hmm.
a training program and then they can do what kind?
Ah,
Anong kind of treatment can they provide?
okay, so more of prescribing medication yung yung train.
Got it.
It will be
Yeah,
parang one week training for doctors.
I
Para
see. Yeah.
makapag-treat sila ng
Mhm.
may mga mental condition.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
yun.
Uh-huh. Yeah, kasi dito yung mga general practitioners then in the US, they can actually give, kunyari, if you tell them na parang, oh, I'm feeling depressed, they can give medications. You don't necessarily have to go to the psychiatrist.
Mm.
Parang syempre yung psychiatrist lang, I think, for the most part is like they do, like yung pag may schizophrenia, I don't know, I'm sure that I'm gonna also interview other general practitioners, and then what their experience is
Mm.
yung sa giving, psychotropic medication. But I
Mm.
am most likely, hopefully they don't quote me. I'm thinking na pag schizophrenia na or talagang pag medyo mas severe yung condition, yung mental health condition, I think that that's when they kind of say that please go to a psychiatrist. Pero yung regular docs, they can give ADHD medication, anxiety meds, because I, see these patients and then they tell me that yeah, my
Mm.
PCP or my, general practitioner gave me this medication, not necessarily a psychiatrist. So it seems like medyo nagpa-follow din yung Philippines to that trend, no?
Ah, oo, pero yung mga ano, kailang hindi nila kayang mag-prescribe for the ADHD meds. Yung more of
I
mga
see.
pag mga adolescents and below, medyo hindi comfortable pa rin yung
Yeah.
mga kahit yung mga na-train namin na doctors, hindi pa rin sila comfortable.
Got it. I
And i-add
see.
ko lang pala doon sa DOH
Mhm.
program na yun. Kapag na-train ka kasi,
Mhm.
bibigyan ka nila ng free medications
I
na
see.
they give the antipsychotic, mga antidepressant, ganyan. So kapag na-train yung
Mhm.
area o yung lugar or province
Mhm.
na ng yung mental health
Yeah. Mhm.
training,
I
binibigyan
see.
ng ng libreng gamot. Basta
Nice.
mag-report lang sila sa DOH, oo,
Got it. That's a
ng
good
mga
idea. Yeah.
mga census.
When is
Mm.
that gonna start, Dr. Saho? Yung program na yan.
Matagal na
Nag-start na.
nag-start yan nung Ondoy,
I
20,
see. Uh-huh.
pero nag-bloom nag ano siya, nag-boom nung 2015 na halos
Mhm.
monthly or every year may training for that.
Nice. Yeah.
2015 pa.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's a good thing.